Welcome to Mechanical Engineering. Today we are breaking new ground with CompleteLine. We are leaving the control cabinet and moving into the field. We will quickly discover that although we find similar tasks here, the requirements differ greatly in some cases. Our mechanical engineering expert Helmut explains exactly what this looks like. Hello Helmut.
Hello Sascha.
Helmut, we are observing the trend that more and more components are being moved from the control cabinet to the field. What is behind this and what may be the challenges there?
Yeah, there are several reasons to do this. One reason is to decrease the size of the cabinet. So we take out the components from the cabinet and place the components in the field. Mostly we find enough space in the field and we are able to decrease the size of the cabinet. And another reason is the trend of modularization. We are following this trend since many years, and so what is behind this? We build standard modules, standard process modules, and with these standard process modules we can create individual production lines. This is a philosophy what we follow in our own machine building department and what we do since many years in our department. The advantage is that we, for example, in the development, develop small modules. We build up small modules, we are able to transport this, and even in the setup it's much more easier. And one other trend is to place the components direct to the process where they belong to. That makes it easier for service and for everything in the machine building.
Okay. Out in the field means IP67. What exactly is behind that and why is it so important?
Yeah, IP67, we are facing IP54, 65, 67, sometimes even more. Yeah, what is behind this? Here we have an example for IP20. So this is a component connected in the cabinet and well protected from the housing outside. So this is our standard product portfolio, and we cannot use this in the field. This is another example we have for IP65 or 67 outside, and inside IP20. As this component is connected to the cabinet, we have inside the IP20 requirements and outside the IP65, 67. And we need this because the requirements are protection against dust, against wet processes, water, coolant, whatever, and vibration. Outside in the field we have much more mechanical protection to the devices. And this is what we need in the field, and it is much more reliable from the mechanical point of view as well.
Of course we have to set up the infrastructure for the field. Which functions do we find there?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because when we started the discussion with CompleteLine meets machine building, so we found that we have the same functional areas in the field as we find in the cabinet. For example, connectivity. When we connect the sensors and the actuators to the devices and from the devices into the field, we talk about connectivity. So when we talk about actuators in the field, we also need power in the field. And we end up with power reliability in the field. The communication, we need industrial communication from the devices to the control, for example, Profinet. Again, another functional area we have in the cabinet already. And finally, we talk about signal transmission, so from the field into the cabinet. And with CompleteLine in the cabinet, CompleteLine meets machine building out of the cabinet, we are perfectly prepared to meet these requirements.
Helmut, very interesting. Thank you very much. With CompleteLine, we get a comprehensive offer for our field installation. If you want to take a closer look on the different functions and the corresponding products, do not miss our further videos. You can find the link below in the description. You will be amazed at how diverse the CompleteLine offering is for these applications.